It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They run the counter. Ross, big hold to the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. They go play action with Hurts.
First down, Steelers.
Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Complete to John Ross. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
second down. Here's Jalen Hurts. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
To John Ross. A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and it comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Recovered.
Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson rolling to his right. And that's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Third down and 11.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. On first down, it's Ross. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. At the 49. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now 4th down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Connor. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run it with Williams. There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Second and 5 now. Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he stopped immediately there.
Jamal Williams,
calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
At the 20.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Jackson. On the move to his left. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And his kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going to try and throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Jackson now off the bootleg.
They'll roll him out right. And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.